Well, good day to all of our awesome BitClub Network friends, family, and following. T. Lamont Silver Sr. here. Listen, we've got a nice little training update here. We're going to do some training on the binary, especially since she has now gone live and she's now paying commissions. So, again, we're about 2/3 into the launch. We should see the level up commission starting to pay out over the next 24 to 48 hours. And then next week, daily payouts begin, and that will conclude what I'm considering the third phase of the launch. So we're getting there, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting there. Real quickly, be mindful that you want to make it a habit of going into your back office on a daily basis. I'm back here in our test position and seeing if there are any updates, particularly as we're in this launch phase. So as you come back here, like here's September 30th, latest update, talks about binary commissions, if you wanted to request those commissions, so on and so forth, how to do so. And then over here on the right-hand side, you're going to have where it says admin update. So if you missed anything, just left-click right there, and it's going to give you all the updates. It's going to start from the latest update, which, as I'm doing this, September the 30th, and you just simply scroll down, and you'll see the update from the 29th, and you'll scroll down, and you'll see the update from the 27th, so on and so forth. So that way you stay in the know. Okay, let's do some training on the binary now that we've got some data to be able to take a look at. Now, what I've done is I've gone back in our binary, and I saw someone who was starting to build their binary, and they're very close to cycling. So let's talk about credits and cycling and what all that means, okay? Now, I've blanked out usernames here, so we'll just go from ID number. So here's ID 299. Now, the first thing I want you to understand is that everybody starts their own binary, all right? So ID 299 is in a number of people's binary, but he or she, they're sitting atop of their own binary. Likewise, ID 341 sits atop of his or her binary. ID 159 sits atop of his or her binary, and so on and so forth. Okay. Now, remember, you've got a left side and you've got a right side. So now we can start to visualize this much easier. You've got a left side, you've got a right side. Now, in order to qualify to earn binary commissions, you have to personally enroll someone that will fall on your left-hand side that purchases a unit, okay? So they did the 99, yes, and then they at least purchased a unit in the $500 pool as an example, all right? And then you have to also enroll someone that will fall on your right-hand side that will also purchase a unit. Now, I've been answering this question quite a bit. The binary is a totally separate compensation plan from the level up. So anyone that falls in your binary here, that's got nothing to do with whether or not they're in your team 1, first 2 personally sponsored, and your team 2, your 3rd, 4th, and 5th personally sponsored. That's a whole different discussion, okay? All right, we're only talking about the binary. Okay, now, also, now you're going to notice you're going to have credits. So here, this says that on the left-hand side of 299's binary, there are 18 credits. On the right-hand side of 299's binary, there are 131 credits. Now, what's a credit? Okay, when someone in your binary, doesn't have to be personally sponsored, all right, could have happened from spill, meaning coming from above, someone dropped into your binary. Could have happened because someone, let's say in 299's example, they've got 341 in their binary. Now, whether or not they personally enrolled 341 or not, I don't know, okay? But as 341 builds his or her binary, whatever they do, all right, on 341's left side or right side, whatever 341 does, son, I'm doing a webinar, you're loud. Whatever 341 does, okay, not a webinar, I'm doing a video, is going to impact 299's binary. Let's make sure we've got that. Whatever 341 does, all right, whether they're building, whether 341 is building his or her left leg, 341 is building his or her right leg. Anything that 341 does is going to impact 299's binary. Got that? Okay. All right. So now, 18 credits. That doesn't mean that there are 18 people on the left side. 131 credits. That doesn't mean there are 131 people on the right side. What this means is this. When someone purchases a $500 unit, all right, so they're in the $500 pool, and that is identified by this little orange button here, that counts as one credit, okay? Any purchase of a $500 unit is one credit. So let's take a look. 341 has purchased how many units and in what pools? They've got one unit in the $500 pool, all right? That's what the orange represents, the $500 pool. Now, this is what I don't know. If they had purchased 2 or 3 or 4 units of the $500 pool, I don't know that that would be reflected here, okay? So you've got the 341, I'm sorry, person 341 or ID 341 has 1 unit. ID 352, how many units do they have and in what pool? All right, let me hear you through the recording. They're in the $500 pool. So that is a credit that shows up on the left-hand side of 299. ID 352 has a credit that shows up on the left-hand side of 341. Okay? Now, let's take a look at the right-hand side. For 299 on the right-hand side, they have 131 credits. 131 credits. That doesn't mean 131 people. ID 59 has a unit in the $500 pool. That's a credit. All right, that impacts ID 299. ID 1237 has a unit in the $500 pool. That's a credit that impacts both 159 and 299. ID 219, look at this, very important, has a unit in the $500 pool. That's 1 credit. Has a unit in the $1,000 pool. That's accounted for 2 credits. And if they had a unit in the $2,000 pool, that would be represented with gold. And if that were the case, that would represent 4 credits. So let's just count for what we see right here on the right-hand side. What do we count? Silver is 2 credits. That's the $1,000 pool. Then you've got this credit here. All right, so now that's 3 credits there. So these 3 credits here impact ID 159, impact ID 299. Okay, this person here has 1 credit that impacts ID 159, ID 299. All right, and then anybody above. I mean, it could be hundreds above 299. Probably, well, it could be because that looks like they were the 299th person that was in the system. Okay, all right, now, so what's a cycle? When you have 20 credits on the left-hand side, 20 credits on the right-hand side, you will earn a cycle of $400. Obviously, everything is paid out in Bitcoin. So what will happen in your back office when you go under earnings, you'll be able to see the $400. You'll be able to see the number of Bitcoins. You'll then see what that's denominated in US dollars, $400. And then you'll see what the current Bitcoin price was as of the time that those commissions were issued. Okay? All right, so this is what we know. What we know is that when ID 299 has 2 more credits on their left-hand side, maybe ID 341 sponsors someone, and that person purchases 1 unit. Well, that would be 1 more credit for 299 on the left-hand side. Maybe ID 341 decides that, hey, I've got the resources, I want to purchase a unit in the $1,000 pool, okay? And that would be 2 credits there. Well, guess what? That would mean that ID 299 would then cycle. What's the cycle amount? $400. And when ID 299 cycles, their sponsor will earn a $50 match, and then that person's sponsor will also earn a $50 match. So there'll be a total of $500 paid out with that cycle. $400 is going to go to ID 299. All they need is 2 more credits on the left-hand side. When that happens, ID 299 sponsor, whoever that is, whether they've cycled or not, they get a $50 matching cycle bonus. And then that person's sponsor is going to get a $50 cycle bonus. Now I say $50. Remember, everything will be paid out in Bitcoin. Now let's finish this training with this. All right. So based on what we now understand, ID 299, in order to qualify, son, you are really loud over there. You're making all kinds of noise in the chair, and you're really loud. I'm doing a video. You're really loud. You're making a lot of noise over there. I'm trying to do a video. Thank you. Okay? All right. Maybe you guys didn't hear my son, but I'm hearing all kinds of noise, and it's bothering me. All right. So in any event, where was I? Okay. All right. So now let's take a look. If you are ID 299, what would your game plan be from a binary perspective? Now remember, in order to qualify for binary commissions, you need to have one that you've personally enrolled on your left, one that you've personally enrolled on your right. I happen to know who ID 299 is. I happen to know that ID 299 has enrolled someone on their right-hand side. So with that being the case, at least for the foreseeable future, is there any reason why, if ID 299 personally enrolled a new person, let's say they enrolled ID 2000, okay? Is there any reason for them to place ID 2000 on the right-hand side when they have a lot of credits already there? No, that wouldn't make good financial sense for them. What would they want to do? They would want to start building up this left-hand leg, okay? Because even when they cycle, let me get my calculator so you can see this too. Because even when they cycle, this is what's going to happen when they cycle. Right now, let's assume that the right side credits don't change right now, but they pick up 2 additional credits on the left-hand side, okay, making that 20. Then what's going to happen is the system is going to take the 131 credits on the right-hand side, subtract out the 20 credits, because it was 20 credits on the left, 20 credits on the right. All right, so now what they're going to have, once they hit those 2 credits, let's say it happened perfectly, they got 2 credits, okay? Then what they're going to have is it's going to say the left-hand side credits is going to say 0. Why? Because they would have already cycled, all right? And so the system would have deducted 20 credits from the left-hand side, so that would leave them with 0 credits here. On the right-hand side, it would deduct 20 credits, and that would leave them with 111 credits, okay? So if they've already personally enrolled someone on their right-hand side to qualify the right, any personal enrollments going forward, at least for the foreseeable future, should go where? Should go where? Should go on the left-hand side. Should go on the left-hand side, okay? Why? Well, because they'll have at least 111 credits already on the right-hand side. If you took that and divided that by 20, that means they've got over 5 cycles just waiting on their left-hand side. Meaning, as they build out their left-hand side, and they get 20 credits. When they get another 20 credits, boom, there's going to be a cycle. They get another 20 credits on the left-hand side, boom, there's going to be another cycle. They get another 20 credits on the left-hand side, boom, there's going to be another cycle. And it doesn't matter how long that takes. There is no flushing volume, meaning they don't have to get those 20 credits in a week's time or a month's time or what have you. Now, let me hit one other thing here that's very important, okay? All right. As you start to build out and you're personally enrolling, okay? So if you're ID 299, you'd want to make sure that you've got your qualifier enrolled in this example on the right-hand side. Then you would be focusing any additional personally enrolled for the foreseeable future. You'd be focusing on your left-hand side, right? Okay, so you've got that. Now, where do you place? Where do you place? You always want to place your personally enrolled on the outside legs. Now we've got a better picture of what this means. What do I mean here? If you were 299, all right, you would not want to place your personally enrolled right here in this open position. That is not your outside leg. That is not your outside leg, okay? What you'd want to do is you'd want to place your new personally enrolled on your outside left leg, meaning they would fall in under ID 352. Why is that? Because now what this means is that anybody that you personally enroll falls on this side here, and this now starts to build up a leg. Right now, because you've got more credits on your right-hand side, this might be considered a power leg. But for your building purposes, you would be building this left-hand side. And now what you could say to anyone that is looking at BitClub Network through your eyes, you could say, hey, I am building my power leg. All right, even though you've got more credits over here, your entire focus and attention right now is on building out this left-hand side. So you would want to put everyone that you personally enroll on the far, in this example, your far left. Oops, excuse me. You'd want to put everybody here on the far left, all right? 341 would benefit from everything you do on the far left, but then it would be incumbent upon 341 to start to build their far right, which is an inside leg of yours. Do you place in your inside leg? Say it with me, no. Do you place in your inside leg? Say it with me, no. Do you place in your inside leg? Say it with me, no. Okay? So how does your inside leg grow? Well, theoretically, if 341 starts to build his or her binary, okay, and we know that 341 has 17 credits on the left, so there's more than what I'm picturing here. There's more positions that are already taken on 341's left-hand side. So 341 would want to make sure that they've personally enrolled someone on their left, which maybe they've already done, I don't know. Then they'd want to personally enroll someone on their right, which would theoretically take this open position here. And then 341 would then focus their binary building where? Right now, they would focus on their outside right, their outside right, their outside right. So, do you see this? 299, this is your outside right, starting over here at 341, going down. 299, your outside right is over here, okay? 299, your inside left is right here. Do you ever place on your inside? Say it with me, no. Say it with me, no. Say it with me, no. 299, your inside left is right here. Do you ever place on your inside left? Do you ever place on your inside left? Do you ever place on your inside right? I'm sorry, I said inside left. It's inside right. You ever place on your inside right? Say it with me, no. Any placements you do should always be where? On your outside legs. Okay? Lastly, so if this were reverse, if there were 131 credits on the left-hand side, 18 credits on the right-hand side, where would 299 want to focus? All right, we've reversed it. There's 131 credits on the left-hand side. There's 18 credits on the right-hand side. All right, they'd want to focus then on the right-hand side. Make sense? Okay, all right, so with that being said, again, we wanted to give you some binary training here. Now that the system is live, now that we can see credits, prayerfully this helps you better understand. Remember, the binary has nothing at all to do with the level up bonuses. We'll come back and do training once the level ups are showing. We'll come back and do some training on that. It has nothing to do with the level up bonuses. 20 on the left with the binary, 20 on the right with the binary. Cycle $400 as long as you have personally enrolled one on your left, personally enrolled one on your right. Okay? With that being said, we love each and every one of you. Ooh, excuse me. I'm sorry about that. Let's change the world together, starting with yours.